Hi guys, Jen here with Blessed by Angels. We are going to be being able to declutter a space for our mind so we can strengthen our spiritual gifts. Now we want to create a high vibration within your sacred space, so only high vibration is coming in. It's very easy once we're getting started to connect into the scary side or more of the heavy or the darkness. So while we set the intention and we dedicate this sacred space, we're going to set it for high power, high intention, high vibration, with love, with light, with clarity, with understanding, and all those things that bring positive upliftment. I'm going to ask you to dedicate a space in your house for your spiritual growth. Whether that be in a corner of a room or you have an entire room, maybe a little table in the corner of a space, whatever that looks like for you, it is so important that you have your own sacred space, your own set location. Now within this sacred space, this is going to be your dedicated space to be able to connect to your loved ones, to connect to your higher self, to connect to God, to really help you understand your gifts and to learn within them on your own. This space needs to be a place in which you're comfortable and in which you feel complete peace and complete trust. The first thing to do in creating your sacred space is to declutter an area. I don't know about you, but for me, if my house is a mess, my mind is cluttered. If my car is a mess, when I'm in the car, all I'm thinking about is how cluttered my thoughts are. So as we can clean out a space, create a sacred clean space for us, we are giving our mind the ability to ease and to slow so we can connect in with our spirit. There are many different ways to set up your sacred space, and I want to leave that up to you and what feels right for you. Once again, what could be right for you might not feel right for me, or what feels right for me might not feel right for you. I do have some ideas or some insight on things that have been very helpful for people in the past as well as for myself. You know, a lot of people will have crystals. Crystals have so many healing matters and elements. So if crystals is your thing, definitely add crystals into your space. As well as a candle. It's always nice when you're meditating or before you're meditating to light a candle and just create the ambiance, set the mood, set the intention of being able to connect to spirit. Musical instruments, I have like some rattles. I have a Tibetan bowl. Essential oils are great. I have a diffuser going right now. I love having essential oils, sacred scripture, maybe different oracle cards or angel cards or anything like that. This is your time to create the space that you want, what feels great for you. I always love to have sage or Palo Santo. All of these things are just ways to help clear our spirit, clear our space, so that we can be vessels and conduits of light and of love. There is, however, one specific thing that I would absolutely first love for you to have is a fresh journal and a pen. Having this journal is going to be a way to document your spiritual growth, your understanding, how spirit connects to you, how you connect to yourself. By having a fresh new journal, it's giving you the clean slate, the clean start to be able to look back and to see your growth as well. Once you have all of those elements of creating your sacred space, the first thing we're going to do is sage your sacred space. Now, for those of you who don't know, sage is such a powerful tool. So while you're burning sage, you're removing bacteria from the air. It helps improve your intuition. It helps purify, it helps strengthen, sanctify. So sage has so many health benefits, so many spirit benefits. And it's just something that I use frequently. I use as I'm meditating for myself, as I'm preparing for a session, after a session, to clear out the energy, to clear out maybe someone's ancestors, their loved ones, just so that I have a safe place to work from and I'm not carrying anything into another session. So it's almost like a great reset for me, and I definitely can feel the difference. So to sage your house or to sage your sacred space, what I like to do is I go throughout the whole room, and I go from every corner of the house. So I go along the walls, and I go along all the windows and the door frames. And as I'm doing that, I'm setting the intention and I'm praying that only love and light and peace and happiness will be in this sacred space. casting out or relieving any negative energy. It's setting the intention of that positive element of space, of love, of happiness, of contentment, of growth, dedicating that to spirituality. So sage is a great thing, a great way to get started. What I also love about sage is as I'm preparing myself, as I am preparing to strengthen my abilities, as I'm meditating, as I'm setting a time aside for my own spiritual growth, what I like to do is I like to sage myself. Or I just go from the top of my head all the way down to the base of my root chakra or to my sit bone. And then I like to go around my knees. And I also like to sage my feet. And by doing that, it's kind of taking out any of the negative thoughts, any of the negative space that's within me, so that I am able and ready to be able to receive my spiritual growth. Now, after saging and cleansing your space, it is very important to be setting intention this whole time. What I like to do is I like to kneel in prayer, and I like to pray and call upon God, my angels, my ancestors, to be in this sacred space of love, of light, of understanding, to be able to flow whatever it is that you want to state, whatever prayer it is that you want to say, in creating this sacred protection and this sacred space for you and your spiritual growth. This is the dedication, is by allowing yourself to just allow whatever it is to come from your heart. And as we say these things out loud, we are literally bringing it into existence, into our space. Now that you have saged your space, you have said a prayer, you've set intention, you have everything it is to make that space very sacred and very holy for you, let's get started with your mindfulness.